I'm doing great, and I'll tell you why. It's Friday Night Football here in Southwest Florida. You see some Fort Myers coaches on the field before the big game tonight playing Dunbar. Big playoff implications for Dunbar, not so much for Fort Myers. Dunbar, if they win, they are in. If they lose, they could miss the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. That's right, Andrew. We're here outside the Amway Center. FGCU is actually talking to the media right now. We have people there, so you'll have all that sound coming up at 11. They're about to hit the practice floor in about 20 minutes. Andrew, how are we doing? The Eagles are headed here to the Amway Center in about 30 minutes to play FSU tonight at 9:20. It was here at the City of Palms last year that Emmett Williams really put himself on the national recruiting map. And of course, all the best players and teams from the entire country come here to Southwest Florida. The pursuit of perfection. With a win tonight, North Fort Myers will cap a perfect regular season. And their head coach, Ernest Graham, says their best football is still ahead of them. Considering the Red Knights have outscored their last two opponents 83-0, that's a downright scary thought for Cape Coral. From the NFL to North Fort Myers High School, Ernest Graham is taking all of that knowledge that he gained and is now passing it along to his North Fort Myers players.
This is the biggest moment of my athletic career.
5 chances to score a goal on Everblades goalie Anthony Peters, and expectations were a bit all over the place.
I think I might score a goal. But don't tell him that.
Well, I don't know about that. Especially Petey, he's a pretty good goalie. You know, and he's such a hard worker. He's probably the hardest worker on our team, so you might be in tough to score on Petey.
And with that came attempt number 1.
Oh!
Just like that, 1 shot, 1 goal, and I'm thinking the pressure's all on him. But after that first shot, I didn't even come close.
Gotta hit the net. Yeah.
Nice save. You got me that time.
My last attempt so bad, Anthony actually laughs in my face. 1 for 5, the final tally, a result that I will gladly take, but I still wonder if Anthony gave me that first one.
I gotta ask, were you trying on that first one? Did you let me get it through?
You had me mesmerized with your skating and stick handling there.
I gave you a little hezzy.
I kind of froze,
pulled the
and then
trigger.
you had a quick snapper. I couldn't react, so it was a good shot.
The New York City Marathon is officially underway. Runners taking off right now at 9 a.m. NBC2 will bring you the results later in the day. In the meantime, security has been stepped up ahead of the event. Expectations can be funny. Many thought Lehigh would make a lot of noise this year, and they have, except it's been in the bad way. The Lightning haven't won a game all year. Now, meanwhile, Cape Coral, nobody really expected much. The Seahawks won just 2 games all last year, a number they have already matched. So ultimately, what do we know? It's the 3rd time in the last 5 years the Eagles have made the NCAA tournament. And of course, everybody thinks about that 2013 Dunk City team, but this year's squad wants to create their own identity.
We don't want to be looked at as the old Dunk City. We want to be looked at as, ourselves.
This year, the Eagles actually have the 3rd most dunks of any team in the entire country, and they hope to get a few more on Thursday.
Hopefully it should be a good amount of dunks for us. Not for them, but, we'll see how that goes.
The game plan is to win, and by any means necessary. I mean, if we don't get any dunks, we get 20 dunks. It doesn't matter. I mean, as long as we come out on top.
If the Eagles can pull off the upset win, Brandon Goodwin will likely be a big reason why, and he says the team is ready to go.
Last couple of practices have been great, in my opinion. A lot of communication, guys just ready to play. Pretty much everyone's just happy to be in this situation.
All right, so the team with the most dunks in all of college basketball is actually FSU, so it should make for a very entertaining game tomorrow night. Some call it the Battle of Peace River. Others call it the River Rumble. Whichever one you like, Charlotte and Port Charlotte never seem to disappoint. I'll tell you what, Joe, tonight was no different. Bill Kramer does not like being on TV, so he's going to walk out of the frame here in a second. But his team, they love the camera. Maybe nobody more than Ches Malusi. Check out him. Use his speed to get the corner. Breaks one more tackle. That's a 55-yard touchdown run. Makes it 7-0 Naples. And then in the second, more from the Golden Eagles. Jordan Prasad Tyrone doesn't need a running back. That's 1 touchdown. And then later in the second, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another one for JPT, and Naples beats South 37-12. In Collier County, Gulf Coast visiting Palmetto Ridge, and the visiting Sharks strike first. Scoreless in the second. Richie DiMarzio goes right up the gut, 15 yards to the house, makes it 6-0 Gulf Coast. In the second, Bears quarterback Jaquez Carter gets the cameraman on the pump fake and then gets just about everyone else on the field with his legs. Takes it deep inside the red zone, and then later in the drive, how about a Kansas City shuffle? Everyone's looking at Carter. Christian Torres flips into the end zone. Palmetto Ridge wins a tight one, 27-20. Riverdale, more than just a TV show. Taking on Golden Gate. We start in the third. Raiders down 12-0. But how about this run by Raekwon Clark? He's on a mission, just jumping over dudes. Good for 20 yards, but the drive would stall. In the fourth, it's the Titans. Remember them? Lawrence Canton with the gorgeous catch on the sideline, and then the very next play, Nico Schuler finishes the job from 2 yards out. Golden Gate pitches a shutout, 18-0 the final.